The Caesar cipher is a shift cipher in basically which each letter of the alphabet shifts over a certain number of spaces to be represented by a new letter. For example, let's take a shift of 3. Your alphabet would basically shift over 1, 2, 3 spaces, and anything that moves past Z will just loop back over to the front. Then you would basically just use these letters as they match up for your cipher text. Some people actually just add the number of the shift to the letter number. For example, if we have a shift of 3 and I wanted to represent F, I could do 5 plus 3 to get 8, and F would be represented by I. Let's take a quick look at encrypting with the Caesar cipher. Let's say we wanted to encrypt the plain text Caesar using a shift of 4. We would just take our alphabet, shift it over 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces. Anything that we have left over would reset to the front, and then we would just use these letters to come up with our cipher text. For example, C matches with G. A now matches with E. So on and so forth. We would get this as our cipher text. For decryption, you are going to need to find out what the shift is one way or another. If you know the shift, it'll be simple enough, but if not, let's say you discovered, maybe through a clue, that the letter G was represented in the ciphertext, or represents the plain text letter C. All right, taking that information, you can take your alphabet, and this time you're going to reverse shift, moving G 1, 2, 3, 4 spaces until it matches with C. In this case, since we shifted it reverse 4 spaces, we know our shift is going to be 4. Using that, we can line up our alphabet using the reverse shift and then use these to decipher the rest. G we already knew was C. Based on how we set up our alphabet, E would now match with A. I would now match with E, so on and so forth until we get our plain text Caesar. If you wanted to do this mathematically, since we are decrypting, you would just subtract 4 from the letter value. For example, if we knew F was 5, if we subtract 5 minus 4, that would give us 1, so we know that F would be represented by B.